Hello and welcome to the second round of the British Cross Country Championship 2015. Now the second round brings us to Radnor Forest, which traditionally is full of fast-flowing Cat 1 sections, but the organisers have changed it for our competitors. It's full of rough, rugged, rutted off-road sections, which is going to be a test for all the competitors. I'm sure we'll see some casualties.
Indeed there has been, and very dramatic too. Ben Duckworth and Neil Davey, first and third in the championship after round one, both out with snap prop shafts on the first day, putting Mike Moran in a very good mood.
Okay, Mike, top of the leaderboard overnight. It's tough out there, isn't it?
It is a bit tough, I must admit. I think every bone in my body has been shaken. And I'm really aching this morning. It's a rough old course, but seen a few of our fellow competitors off. Ben Duckworth went out after the first stage. And it's quite unfortunately, really. I was hoping for a good competitive weekend, but Neil Davey, Ben Duckworth both went out after the first run. We took some big bangs, and we felt it. We have. It's been good. It's fast. But we're just taking big chances on the rough. We got the car, I don't know, 3 or 4 foot in the air. Don't know where the back end is half the time, but on the rough we've been really pushing it. Hopefully now we've got a 2-minute gap. We've taken the pain. Yesterday was more of bin it to win it, but we've survived. So today, hopefully we're just gonna back off a bit and see if we can get to the finish.
It's a complete contrast to Pikes Peak, isn't it? That was just all fast-flowing sections, but this is really hard on the car and yourselves, and it's obviously taking the competitors out. Is it just take it easy for the rest of the day? Well,
it is. I mean, this poor old car it won the Baja last weekend. Well, it was 140 miles just up the road at Sweet Lamb and My Heron. It's been worked on all week. We know it can handle the rough, but this is the beauty about this championship. We've got Cat 1s, we've got rough courses, and I must admit, normally Radner is a nice smooth course, but it's you just got to take what's thrown at you. You can't use 440 odd brake horsepower around here. The guys with the lesser power, it gives them chance to show what they're made of, and as we can see, Mr. Powell is running second behind us today in a car that would be classed as an old stager, but the car will run the rough. It's a good car in the rough, and he's doing well in it.
Mark Jakes is not too far behind as well.
No, it's all right. I mean, it's all about reliability and how you can drive the car on the rough. It's not about doing 100 and odd miles an hour. So it's good. Yeah, just hope they don't catch me up.
And it's a great thing. You mentioned it earlier about this championship. You've got to change your strategy and mentality coming into each and every round, because obviously this is one to think about.
Well, I normally don't. I normally class Radner as a smooth round, but it's the championship. You just got to take it as it comes, and it suits all sorts of people. It really does. It suits all sorts. We've got people here with Polarises, we've got people here with Freelanders. People can come here, have a go. They're welcomed. It's a shame there's not more people here to give us more competition. I mean, we do know there's lots of competitors out there at the moment that are building good cars. They're going to be in later this year, so we've got to get a few wins in first before they turn up.
Get a championship under your belt.
Well, let's hope. Well, as you say, we're here. We're here. We're chasing it. We want it, and we'll do everything we can to try and get the championship. And so that's why we're trying. This weekend is it was bin it. Is either win it to bin it or whatever. We just want to get the points in the bag now, because we know we're going up to Forest Lodge. Forest Lodge next month it's a rough old place, yeah. Now this car, when it was running the diesel engine, it blew the diesel engine up. It's blown the petrol engine up there. We've broken brake discs. We've broken all sorts up there. It's a hard place. We know Borrington is that could be anything. If it rains, it's going to be an absolute quagmire. Anyone could win there. Walters Arena is the rough old event, so these early events, you've got to try and get the points in the bag.
And I suppose the pressure's slightly off you today with your main competitors out.
It is. Well, you know, to be honest, I thought I'd be chasing Ben Duckworth and chasing Neil Davey today. You know, two young lads with good cars. You know, so I'm just an old bloke, and I just having a go.
You keep saying this, but you're still here.
Listen, I've got to have an excuse.
All right, well, good luck. I'm pretty sure we'll speak to you later on.
I hope so.
Cheers, mate.
Nice day. Thank you. Bye.
So speaking to Mike Moran, very much in the hot seat for victory. Paul Myers now we ride on board with 6th overnight after some early problems, but it looks as though he is going to be one of the drivers who benefits hugely from the absence of Duckworth and Davey. Out of the reckoning, Duckworth after just the first stage out of the running, and Davey likewise. So it's really opened up the playing field for this. A very dramatic turn of events, even more so than in previous years. The 2015 season already starting to be up for grabs. Now, one of the things you do have to say about Mr. Myers is that he's quite elusive. He's difficult to get hold of, so anytime an opportunity for an interview presents itself, Anthony has to be straight in there.
Are you making a lot of noise, Paul? What can we do for you?
Yeah, just testing the horn. Just testing the horn. It works.
Okay, brilliant. Thanks, Paul.
Obviously, Paul hasn't recovered from the roll at the first round of the championship. Very tricky course this. You have to be very consistent. It's all about picking up points after a DNF in round 1. And as we ride on board with him, you can see just how challenging this course actually is. One of the toughest rounds of the championship, if not the toughest. This one is not about speed, and it is very much about skill, determination and discipline. If you gung-ho around this place flat on the throttle, you will be out of the event before the end. So precision, accuracy and a little bit of good luck are all the ingredients you need to be on the podium here at Radnor Forest. And a lot of drivers can tell a lot of nightmare stories of when it's all gone wrong. Paul, of course, is amongst them. He's had some troubles here in the past, but being consistent and picking up points is definitely the right course of action to get his 2015 campaign back on track. Another man likely to take full advantage of Duckworth and Davies' misfortunes is Andy Powell. He ran 2nd overnight. He's looking for a very strong podium finish now that 2 of the big names are out of the reckoning.
2nd overnight, it's going well for you.
Yeah, yesterday was tough going, car slip sliding everywhere. But no, we're pleased to be in 2nd. To be fair, there's a few competitors had problems. It can happen to all of us, which you don't want to see it, but it happens. And fortunately, we're going okay. We're going okay, yeah.
And it's how you approach this sort of course as well, isn't it? Because like in Pikes Peak, you just go flat out most of the course, but this one you've got to ease off and you've got to choose your lines carefully.
Yeah, that's right. This is not a typical Radner. Everybody thinks Radnor Forest, oh yeah, nice, fast flowing, but this is a proper technical course. Very hard going on the car and on driver and navigator. How Bumpy Mike's managing to do what he's doing, I'm not sure. He's got a secret somewhere. But no, but for a B-Max, so she's going well. Just pleased, really. If we can just hold on to it, we'll be even more pleased by the end of the day.
And talk us through some of the course as well.
We got a small bit of fast and flowing, very long. It's probably about a mile, I would say, uphill, rough track. You can't deviate off it. It's just foot to the boards and keep going. It's just long, straight, rough. A hairpin at the top onto some nice cat one, and then you drop off again into some very big rutted part of the course, very deep rutted, all the way down to the bottom, and then you come off that and come, it's like a bog run really, there's no other way to describe it, hence the state of the car. We just, stupidly, I just threw it off and got a bit bellied there, so we've lost about 40 seconds on that run, I think. So not pleased with myself for that one. So.
Stop kicking yourself.
Yeah, well, it's just a stupid mistake, but it can happen to any of us, so yeah, we'll see how it pans out.
Yeah, there's still quite a few runs to do today. I mean, you've got a few minutes over Mark Jakes, who's currently in 3rd. I mean, what are you aiming for? Is it just to stay 2nd? Yeah,
just stay 2nd. I'm not going to catch Mike. He's too quick for me. But you know, it'll be what it'll be. He may have a problem a bit later on. Not wishing that on him, by the way.
Well, yeah, anything can happen, especially on this course, as we've seen over the weekend. So good luck for the rest of the day.
Yeah, thanks very much.
Right, cheers.
Catch you later. Cheers.
Okay, Richard, after a relatively trouble-free first round, it's not plain sailing so far at Radner, is it?
No, I've had a few problems. I had off on the first run yesterday. We've had power steering belt issues, the mud kits pulling the belt off the pulleys, and a fan belt, and then we had a puncher. So we had one clean run all day yesterday. I had the same issue with Evervale with the mud there, so we need something to get back in the workshop and address, put some guards around the pulleys or something, something like the mud getting in and pulling the belts off. But yeah, so it's still going at the moment. So I've got no more belts left. If it comes off again, it's game over.
So you've got to pick your lines wisely, haven't you?
Yeah, it's just down the finish line really now. Most of it's dried out now. It's just the finish line down to the finish. It's still quite sticky, so it's still quite muddy down there. But just back off, get to the end now, get a finish.
Okay, well, good luck.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, Richard.
Thank you.
Okay, Mark, overnight you were third overall. Coming into the second day, I see you got a few problems.
Yeah, we did a good run on the first run. We had the fastest run of the weekend's first run, and then the second run broke a rear shaft again. So we're just quickly trying to change that, get us back in running again. Hopefully try and take some time out of Mr. Powell. Obviously we've lost a bit of time on the last run. I think we were 20 seconds over it. But hey ho, that's racing.
It really is. Well, not so much racing on this course, it's just about survival, isn't it?
Well, yeah, it's a good course. It's rough, proper comp safari course. You know, sorts of man from the boys, as it were. Car's pretty well suited to it, which is a good thing. But obviously, we didn't break it in the rough. That's the thing. I think we broke it when we jumped across the road, but that's one of those things.
With the course as it is, you've got to take a different mindset. You can't just go flat out.
You can't. If you go too fast, especially in the rough, rutted sections, you just bounce yourself out of the course. And it's just you just got to take it steady, because otherwise, because if you come off the track, you're stuck and beached, and that's it. And then you're going to have to get towed out. So it's just trying to keep it in the ruts, really.
So you've got to play a good strategy all weekend with this, and obviously with the people in front of you, Neil Davey and Ben Duckworth going out, it's obviously helped you with the points.
Yeah, I have fingers crossed if we can get this sorted and not break anything else and keep it on the island, then fingers crossed we should have a good finish.
Yeah, well, fingers crossed, and we'll hopefully speak to you later on.
All right, thanks very much, guys. Cheers.
Cheers, Mark. Okay, Jason Sharp, we're here at Radnor Forest. You had a successful round out at Pikes Peak, but it's completely different courses, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very rough, this one. I think there's as much smooth on this one as there was rough on the last one, so the vehicle does take a pounding, and so do we. It's quite bruising on your body, actually, through here.
Yeah, and the car. As we saw yesterday, you had some suspension issues yesterday, which has caused the steering to go out of whack.
Yeah, I caught a boulder in a rut at quite a high speed, and it fetched the right-hand front wheel back. We changed the top suspension arm, which was the part that was really bent, but we've bent something else, we think, to do with the steering rack itself, or we've stretched it, which is a bit of a strange phenomenon. But we've sort of compensated for it by winding the track rod in. So it doesn't steer great, but it's drivable. So we've sort of adjusted it to make it usable.
And that's sort of changed your mentality and also strategy going into these last few runs as well.
Well, it's a little bit scary when we're in sixth gear just after the start and along the top, because you think if it does break now, it's going to be a bit of a devastation. But on the rougher stuff, obviously, if it breaks, we might tap a tree or something, so it's not so worrying. But we're trying now just to get to the end of the event. Everybody's complaining how rough it is. You know, we've had to alter the course, or they've had to alter the course yesterday because the Freelanders couldn't get round, and even the one of the marshals' vehicles with diff locks on couldn't get up a hill, so it's torn the ground up quite badly. I mean, we are actually getting up all the hills with no problem, which is a credit to the truck. You know, it's still, as we know, a production class truck.
And it's just a great test for the vehicle and the driver as well, isn't it?
Well, this is definitely a great test for the vehicle. And I've got a new co-driver in for this one. It's Ian Bevan, who used to do the Peugeot Challenge with me back in the 90s. So it's our first time we've sat next to each other in 18 years. And I'm feeling a bit guilty because I've punished him a bit with this track. I said, keep telling him it's not normally this bad. But he's just sat straight in, and it feels like we did a rally last week. It's great.
All right, well, good stuff. Well, we'll catch up with you a bit later on, and hopefully we'll see you at the end.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, Jason.
Cheers.
Cheers. Okay, Steve Smith, we missed you at Pikes Peak. Engine troubles put you out, but you're back in force here at Radner.
Yeah, we blew the head gaskets at Pikes Peak, so we made a decision we were going to drop down an engine size, so we've just got a normally aspirated Jag now.
Okay, and it puts you into Richard Green's class as well, doesn't it? So there's a bit more competition there.
Yeah, we're going to have fun with Richard.
One way of putting it. Talk us through the course, because Radner is normally very fast Cat 1 stuff, but they've changed it a bit this year, haven't they, and put in all this rough, rugged, muddy sections. How's the car coping?
The car's coping well. The track, the course, the road to hell. That's what it is. But no, it's really, really bumpy now in the last section. But they changed it yesterday afternoon, and it made it a cracking course again. It's just deteriorated that much. I mean, there's nothing else they can do. But it's a proper comp course now, not a fast Cat 1. No, it's good.
It's a real test for the vehicles. I mean, this is what these cars are designed to do, and this is what you want. You want to put them through the paces, don't you?
Yeah, they've got to be put through the paces. It's leveled the field completely. Doesn't matter what power you've got now, really. It's down to reliability and how much the human body can stand.
Okay, and finally, any wise words, Steve?
No.
Okay, Ryan, coming off the back of a relatively successful first round at Pikes Peak, we're here in the muddy Radnor Forest. How's it going?
It's going good. For once, the car's, it's been absolutely faultless. The package is there. I think, me and Lee have been getting it together, and we've been on it out of the box. And the car's been performing impeccably. Very rough, very muddy. And I think, in hindsight, it's probably suited the car, because you can have a bit of an attack on the rough, and the times were showing, that's what the car is, good at doing. Just a bit unfortunate. We threw an alternator belt off, and obviously with last year's escapades of, wrecking the heads on the engine, I weren't going to take the chance to try and get around too early into the stage to try and limp round. So. Unfortunately, we had to take a maximum on that stage, so we were going well, and now we wasn't going as well. However, we have tried to claw back throughout yesterday and see what today brings. We just won't punish the car, but we will keep pressing on and try and just get some points and see where we end up at the end of the day.
And we've already had our fair share of casualties as well, which I suppose helps you in the points table.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. It's a great course, but it's challenging. I mean, I've been doing this game for a long time, and it's kind of back to the roots sort of racing. Where Radnor Forest is a fantastic place to race. There's lots and lots of choice of places you can race. But this time they have really made us work for our weekend. It's very, very challenging, very rough, very different to the normal Radnor, and we're just attacking where we can and trying to save the car where it's very, very treacherous. I'm not surprised people have had casualties, because, like I say, it's been very rough. But again, that's testament to my team, my sponsors, that we're getting a car that will take the punishment and still put up good times.
Testament to yourself as well, because it's not all about driving, it's tactics as well, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, it's very easy to get sucked into a scrap, and credit to Mike. We had a bit of a go yesterday, and I think it's just I kind of think he was behind me on the run when the alternator belt went, and obviously we went through, and unfortunately I was slowing him down so he didn't ram into me, and away we went. So it's good that we're having a scrap, but unfortunately it's just motorsport and these things happen. It just seems to happen to me quite a lot.
Well, I can't wait to see how this weekend unfolds. So you've got a few runs to do today, so we'll catch you later.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, Ryan.
Cheers.
Okay, Paul, it's gearbox troubles which put you out of the first round at Pikes Peak, and the same troubles again.
Yeah, unfortunately. First round, gearbox was cooking the oil, so lost sort of drive, Pikes Peak, so called it a day there. Put another gearbox in it, ran all day yesterday, no problem. Was lying fourth overall last night, so doing really well.
gone to the start line this morning and it's spewed all its oil out on the track down to the start line, so it's back on its trailer to go home.
That's unfortunate as well, because it really was going well on this terrain yesterday. What are your thoughts moving forward?
I'll fix it. It's not a problem. It's just one of those things. 2 rounds dropped, so it's the end of the year really. So we'll fix it. We'll get it back out for Scotland.
And before this morning, before the gearbox blew, what were your thoughts of the course? Were you enjoying it?
Yesterday, when we first went out, until they changed the course, it was hard work. The course was rough. The one steep climb was hard work on the car. And then once they changed the course, it was fairly good. It was just the last sort of mile down to the finish line, which is rutted out. Different to Cat 1, but still enjoyable. So yeah, the course in the end was quite good, and I was looking forward to going back out today, to be fair, because it's sort of dried up and hopefully would have finished today and got a decent result, but not to be.
No, it is a shame, because with Neil Davey and Ben Duckworth actually going out, you could have scored some real points, couldn't you?
Exactly, yeah. Some of the big boys have gone out, some of them had problems, so yeah, we could have picked up decent points and carried it on through the season.
Well, we do have the drop score, so it's not all a loss.
No, but losing round 1 as well, it's caused more of a problem than we think. So we just take it to Scotland now and carry on from there really, and see if we can just get it sorted for the rest of the season.
Okay, well, we'll see you in Scotland. Okay, we're here with Alan Thomas. Now, Alan, we didn't see you out in the first round because you were getting the car ready for Radner. Now I can see you on the back of the trailer. What's happened?
It's been getting too hot, so we ran it 3 laps yesterday, and it just got hotter and hotter, and it's done the head gasket in there. So rather than wrecking the engine, we put it on the trailer and ready to sort it out for the next meeting now. Teething problems, that's all this is.
Okay, well, we can't wait to see Scotland, and commiserations for this weekend.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, Alan.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Thanks.
Bye.
So while some had fortunes, others had misfortunes, and unfortunately, he wasn't the only one to fall by the wayside. The Batmobile John Thorne in the Arctic Cat, unfortunately he retired after day 1 as well, which means that the former British touring car driver is going to have a lot of hard work heading into round 3. Join us after the break. The Freelander Challenge kicks off next, and we'll find out a little bit later on who's going to be on the podium for the main championship. But just before we head for that break, just take a look at the Arctic Cat bouncing around, having great fun before its untimely demise. Welcome back to Radnor Forest. The Freelander Challenge is up next. Championship leader after round 1 is Ian Linford.
Okay, Ian, overnight you're leading a Freelander Challenge. It's tough out there, isn't it?
It's extremely hard out there, especially for us this year with the standard screens and that. We're struggling on the off-road stuff. The new Cat 1 bit they put in yesterday afternoon is brilliant. We're steaming along there. It's made a difference.
You do enjoy the Cat 1 stuff, don't you?
Yes, definitely enjoy the Cat 1 stuff. Yeah.
And talk us through the course. It's dried out a little bit, hasn't it? It's evolving over the weekend.
It has. I mean, there was one off-road bit, uphill bit they've cut out because a lot of people were struggling, not just the Freelander, some of the bigger lads were struggling with it. The bit that comes down now to the finish line, that's getting really cut up because it's quite a sandy base. But yeah, there's a lot more off-road this month, a lot more, so it's hard.
Yeah, and with the Freelanders not having as much ground clearance, I assume you're taking a lot of mud on board, aren't you?
Yeah, we've probably got about a ton and a half underneath at the moment.
How does that affect the handling?
I don't know, I've noticed. No, it's not too bad. I mean, it's like I said, the off-road stuff's hard work for them. We're bottoming out all the time and we keep ripping the rear bumper off. But like I said, again, on the Cat 1 stuff, we're flat out. We are literally flat out.
And the Freelanders are still going. I mean, there's only one casualty and it was nothing to do with the toughness of the course.
No, I believe he's got power issues and that and head gasket problems, so I think that's why he's dropped out, so yeah. So at the moment, touchwood, we all seem to be going all right.
Okay, Ian, well, they're calling you on, so we'll catch up a bit later.
All right, thanks very much. See you soon.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, Alistair, we spoke to you briefly before you went out. I suppose it's commentator's curse because you've lost power.
Yeah, we're having the same problems we did last time. It's just losing power on the uphill sections, on the flats, and on the downhill it seems to be going okay, but I say we go uphill and it just loses all power, so can't continue really.
And up until that point, how's it going?
We're having a really good race. We were third in class, and yeah, really happy with how the car was going and the course. And it's just a shame it's happened again, really. Have a mechanical problem. It can't be helped, really.
And it is a shame because this course is what you come out here to test the cars, don't you, in this sort of terrain and just see what they actually can do. And up until that point, obviously, it was going well.
Yeah, I mean, the course is fantastic. It's got a good mix of off-road section and fast forestry tracks. It's a really good course and really enjoying it. And just a shame we can't carry on.
Okay, and Brian, are you enjoying yourself?
Very much so. I had a run last time out with Alistair. We seemed to get on quite well, so we had the idea that I co-drive him for on this event. It's gone very well. I'm pushing him, I'm nagging him, and I think we're finding a few more seconds on most corners. He can drive. He just needs to build up the trust between us. And I think the rest of the season we should have, as long as we can get the mechanical problems sorted, I think we'll have a very good season, and I'm hoping to finish him up on the podium with him.
Moving forward, we're up at Forest Lodge in Scotland next round out. Are you looking forward to that?
Very much so. I've heard it's very rough, but it's one of the main sponsors here. We want to get involved in every aspect of it. We really want to develop the Freelander challenge. We're looking at cost-effective ways of increasing the popularity of the Freelander challenge, maybe extend it beyond the BCCC eventually. Something that we as a company really want to do. I think it's affordable motorsport. I think it's a great idea. And I'm sure that if we can sort out issues like cheap suspension, competition suspension, one or two other small issues, I think we can get a lot more people into the sport.
Absolutely, and it's looking good for the Freelander Challenge. And Alistair, you looking forward to Scotland?
Yeah, really looking forward to it. I've been up there a few times and it's a cracking course up there. It's, as Brian says, a bit rough, but it's like Radner. It's got a good mix of everything and really enjoy going up there. So looking forward to it.
Okay, Brian.
And just one last comment. You did a very good interview on me at the first event, but I've had a bit of a rollicking in the meanwhile that I didn't mention female crews. So it really is great to see female crews starting to take interest and that more women are coming into motorsport as a whole.
I completely agree with you. So thank you very much for speaking to us and we'll see you at Scotland.
Thank you, guys.
Cheers. Okay, see you. Bye.
Okay, Andy Price, here again with the Freelanders in Radnor Forest. Is the Freelander coping well?
Yeah, it's doing really well. It's rough out there. Very rough out there, but it's getting round with not too many issues, so it's getting there.
You say not too many issues. I know yesterday you tore a suspension strut off and ruined the wheel, didn't you?
Yeah, went round a hairpin, cut it a bit too close, and snagged the rear wheel and snapped a suspension bolt, and so the wheel folded underneath the car, so didn't make it to the end of that one.
I suppose your strategy changes over the weekend, doesn't it, with the issues that you have, and it's about scoring points at the end of the day.
Yeah, you got to finish to get the points, so just don't break the car and get to a finish is better than thrashing it just for a win every time and pulling out. So it's a long season.
It certainly is. Well, good luck for the rest of the day, and hopefully we'll see you finish.
Yep, thanks very much.
Cheers, Andy.
Cheers.
Okay, Craig, a relatively trouble-free weekend so far. There's a little bit of damage to suspension, but Freelander coping well?
Yeah, body and actually engine's fine. It's just done a bit of suspension damage, and the back end's had a bit of a big clout. And but other than that, the car's fine. Yeah, it's getting very hot, it is, because obviously the conditions is pretty extreme. So just getting the car through gently without blowing the engine or doing more damage, really.
It's just about nursing it home now, isn't it, to get the points?
Yeah, get some points in the bag, and you can push it a little bit too much and this game's over, innit? So you just got to be sensible, really. So
talk us through some of the course, because it is quite horrendous out there, isn't it?
Yeah, it is horrendous. It's been a bit milderized, to be honest, yeah. The first part of the course is very nice, very fast flowing, really nice, and you start getting into the thick of it and it's very, very stony, deep ruts, rooty, and obviously the tail end of the specials, obviously forestry, peaty, very soft, so it's like bottomless, and that's where I think all the Freelanders are having problems, really. So, because the specialist cars are a lot higher off the ground, so.
And it's Well, we can see if we just look inside here. It just gets stuck to the car, doesn't it? And it makes the car a lot heavier, and the head doesn't handle as well.
No, exactly. The weight. We've just pulled 2 or 3 buckets of mud off it now, off just under the wheel arches, and you feel the weight of it. So you can see how it alters the steering and the handling of a car. So.
And the overall performance.
Yeah, and using more fuel.
Okay, well, obviously you're still smiling, still having fun. We will catch up with you a bit later.
Great, thanks very much. Cheers. Cheers.
Thank you. Okay, Louisa, it's your second time out in this in the Freelander. Radner's a tough old course, isn't it?
It is. It's very rough out there, yes, and very muddy, as you can see from the cars. Yeah, pretty tough.
What are you aiming for this round? Are you just trying to get it to the end?
We're just going to see how it goes this morning and just go from there, really.
Yeah, you got quite a few runs, got a few miles ahead of you. Good luck. They're calling you over to go.
Yes,
so.
I know. Yeah, it's our time. Thank you very much.
Cheers, Louise.
See ya.
Okay, Pat, you're first overnight, and you're what used to be a yellow Land Rover Freelander.
Yes, it's a bit of a recolour. It still is yellow, I believe, under the dirt. So it'll be yellow again for the next round, certainly.
And coming back off the Pikes Peak, where you unfortunately retired, you're leading at the moment. What's your mindset going into this last day?
Well, we pulled out a bit of a lead yesterday. Today's really about just sort of consolidating that, really, making sure we don't fall back, but just not pushing too hard that we break. We've got to get to the end. So that's the plan for the day.
And the course itself, it's tough out there for all the vehicles. How's the Freelander coping?
It is very rough. They're quite badly rutted, and they don't have a lot of ground clearance and a lot of wheel travel like some of the big independent guys do. So they do struggle in places, but they're a tough car, and we just keep plodding on with them, really.
Okay, and what's the strategy? Has that changed overnight?
No, I mean, luckily it didn't rain last night, so the ground that got cut up yesterday is still fairly grippy. But if it rains later on, it might change things totally.
Yeah, anything can happen, especially with the rain.
Well, it can. That's the joy of this form of motorsport. That's why I enjoy it. Every lap's different. There's no two laps.
That's the same, yeah, because it does evolve. Obviously, tearing up the mud, tearing up the stones, things get thrown onto the track. So, yeah, like I say, everything is different. Every run is different.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's about reading the road in front of you and trying to pick the best lines as you go into something, and just to try and get through it, really.
Okay, well, obviously you're enjoying yourself, and hopefully we'll see you at Top Spot later on.
Yeah, well, hopefully. We'll see. We've got to get to the end, but we'll try our best.
Cheers, Pat.
Thank you.
Certainly was a top spot though. Pat Masters taking the win from Ian Linford and Craig Browns, rounding up the top 3 just in front of Louisa Felice, and that means that in the points table Linford still holds the advantage with Bounds, Price and Felice not far away. In the Clubman Championship it's Matthew Jones, Jeff Fletcher and Justin Brooks.
Okay, Matt, it's another new face to the championship. We missed you at Pikes Peak. How's Radner going for you?
Yeah, it's going well really. I've a drive shaft problem, but I think that might be down to the heavy right foot with the new engine I've put in, but yeah, it's going well.
Good stuff. And the engine you're talking about is a 4-litre supercharged Jaguar engine, isn't it? That's got to be fun.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot better than the last one. We come from 4-litre BMW, so we've gone up probably 120 horsepower.
And moving forward, what are you expecting from this weekend?
Well, just a good weekend, really. We're not out to break any records, but try the cars first time out this year, so.
It's just fun in the mud, I suppose.
Yeah, a bit of fun, yeah. No, it should be good.
All right, well, thank you very much for speaking to us.
Yeah, thank you.
Cheers. Okay, Jeff Fletcher, first time out in the British Cross Country Championship in the Clubman class, and it's beautifully turned out Bowler Tomcat. How are you finding it?
Yesterday was very wet, very slippy. Yeah, it was good. It's good today, and now it's drying out. It's absolutely brilliant. Loving every minute of it.
Oh, brilliant. Okay, now as it's the first event, I mean, Radnor Forest, it's a tough one. I mean, the terrain's horrendous, isn't it?
Oh, it certainly is horrendous. I mean, on day one, you just couldn't see a thing with the water and being bounced everywhere. And but now it's drying out. It's still rough. Don't get me wrong, but we're just plodding along. We're just taking it at a steady pace, and just aiming to finish.
Yeah, well, you're obviously enjoying yourself, so good.
Massively.
Good luck for this afternoon. We'll catch you a bit later.
Okay, that's great. Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you.
So with fun and games for the Clubmans, there's 4 men gunning for the win. Moran, Powell, Jakes and Myers, with Ryan Cook waiting in the wings, and the trophy class coming up after the break as well. Welcome back to the action. Once more from Radnor Forest, Justin Brooks in the 1000cc Polaris XP900 in the Clubman class. Sadly, his incredible machine out of the action after day one. Many drivers falling foul of that, with Jeff Fletcher and Matthew Jones heading the action in the Clubman class. In the trophy, it was Steve Anning, Nick Pritchard and Sean Rogers.
Okay, we're here with Steve Anning. He's his first time out with the British Cross Country Championship. You missed Pikes Peak just to get the car ready for Radner.
Yeah, we had a few teething troubles, but we got there in the end.
Yeah, and Radnor Forest, are you enjoying it? It's tough out there, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Certainly a lot of bumps and stuff, and you go over them and ground out, and you've just got to, you know, drive accordingly, I suppose.
Yeah, and we can see the Ravenol racing sticker here.
Yeah.
You've got Ravenol oil in the engine.
Yeah,
What sort of difference has that made?
Yeah, it's certainly, you know, when we put it in, it's picked its revs up a bit, so we've had to drop it back down on the revs. So, yeah, pleased with it at the moment. Yeah, we got it all through, right through the diffs, the gearbox. Yeah, it seems to be doing the job.
Okay, we're here with Nick Pritchard in his Gokha buggy. Interesting looking vehicle. Tell us about it.
Yeah, fancy something a bit different. So we started off with a road-going Gokha buggy, just a cheap Korean buggy, and just sort of kept building it up, really.
We can't wait to see how it's in Scotland, so good luck for the rest of the day.
Thank you very much.
Well, Sean Rogers in the Mitsubishi Pinion sadly didn't last as long as his competitors. After just one day, he was out of the action once more. So, only 2 stragglers home from the trophy class, with Steve Anning ahead of Nick Pritchard's Gokha buggy. There's 2 runs to go in the main championship. The top 3 is about to be decided.
Okay, Mike, 2 more runs to do. You're in the lead at the moment, but it's getting really, really cut up out there, isn't it?
It is. It's getting quite rough. I think I'm about 2 inches shorter than when I started because my spine's been compressed that much. Because, as you can just see from the first picture there, the wheel's bent, and it's a, you know, we're taking a good pounding out there. It's a rough old course, but you know, us old boys, we're man enough to take up the challenge of courses like this.
Very sagacious words there, Mike. And moving forward these 2 runs, what's your mindset?
Mindset for these 2 runs is just please, 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 God, can we keep going? Because that's where anything can happen out there. It's you know, the speeds we're doing, if you jump out the tracks, that's it, you're over an embankment or you beach somewhere, or you hit a rock, tree stump, land wrong, break the suspension, anything could happen. It's not over until the last couple of yards when you go over the finish line.
I've just actually looked at the times as well. You are about 3 minutes ahead of Andy Powell, but he is matching you for times.
He is. We've backed off a bit. It's not worth taking. You know, we're taking big pain out there yesterday afternoon. We're both wrecked, and we know tomorrow we'll be aching all over. So this morning, what we've done is we've just backed off a little bit over the rough, just to get just to match his time, just in case we get a punch or anything. That's a nice margin, 3 minutes, isn't it? Yeah. So it's you know, we just got to get ourselves to the end now.
Okay. Well, good luck for the rest of these last 2 runs, and we'll speak to you after you've done them.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Cheers, Mike. Good luck.
Thank you.
Okay, Andy, there's a couple of runs left to do. You're in 2nd place at the moment, but you've got a furious Ryan Cook breathing down your neck. What are your thoughts going into the last few runs?
Just try and keep going. We had a puncher on that run, lost a bit of time. The run before that was one of my quickest of the weekend. Just got to keep going as I am, really. Hopefully he can't take too much out of me, but knowing Ryan, he will try. He will try.
And we all know he will try, but I think the gap you've got is a bit too far out of his reach.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it is now. It started off about 6 minutes this morning. He's been clawing a bit back. I got bellied out on the course there and lost 40 seconds or so. So that's given him a good start on clawing it back. But Ryan will keep trying. So you know, and good luck to him. If he can, then I'll take my hat off to him.
You've got to be happy with your performance over the whole weekend. I mean, the car's actually matching Mike Moran's times as well at the minute.
Yeah, no, I've always said that I like rough courses. Yeah, if it wasn't quite so wet, it would be better. But no, take it as it comes. And yeah, no, really pleased with the car. yeah, and I'm still getting to grips with it after all these years.
So, well, good luck for the last couple of runs, and hopefully we'll see you on the podium a bit later.
I hope so as well. Cheers.
Cheers, Andy. Right. Nice one, mate. Good luck. Okay, Ryan, it was looking good for you coming into the last few runs. You clawed back quite a lot of time. You were looking good for third, but issue with the brakes on one of the last runs.
Yeah, we've been pushing hard all weekend to try and salvage the maximum that we had, and we've been really sending it on. Car's been great, and it's just I just don't know what happened. Basically, we put the foot on the brake, but nothing really happened. So it wasn't sinister, wasn't anything untoward, but just unfortunately, instead of making the corner, we had to beach it, to make the corner, and we went high side of the burn, and it just got stuck. So just one of them things, bit of pilot error, a bit of possibly overheating the brakes on the fast stuff on the top. So as I say, the car's been working hard, I've been working hard, and the team's been working hard to keep it together. And the pace certainly shows it's there. Give myself an awful lot to do, perhaps a bit too much, I don't know.
It was just slightly out of your reach, wasn't it? It was almost there.
Yeah, we tried. One more to go. Like we say, it's never over till it's over. But yeah, we was fully doing our best all weekend and driving as hard as we could. Wasn't taking any chances at all, because I'm old enough and ugly enough to know that you're not going to do it that way. But we just kept trying, and brilliant. The car was that good. Everything behaved well. Thanks again to all my sponsors, Fuchs, Max Track Silverline for supporting me, and obviously Land Rover, and a big thank you to my family and my service crew, my dad and Lee sitting next to me and being brave enough to be passenger to me all weekend on this kamikaze racing that we've been doing. So, as I say, good event. The weather was kind to us in the end. Got me doubts to start with whether or not that the event would run. I think a few of us did, but it's been very hard, really challenging, and congratulations to Mike for doing it again. The man's Mr. Consistent at the moment. He certainly knows how to drive a good race, and see what happens in Scotland.
Yeah, well, we can't wait to see you and the car back out in Scotland, and hopefully pulling it all together.
We'll try. We always do. We always do our best.
Right, well, thanks for speaking to us, Ryan.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Such a shame for Ryan Cook. Could easily have been on the podium today, but it's Mike Moran, Andy Powell and Mark Jakes who get in the top three, with Paul Myers in fourth from Ryan Cook. In the points table, it's the top three today that are the top three in the points table after a cracking Radnor Forest event. Here's Anthony with the top three.
Okay, Mike, you've got a smile on your face, so you've got to be happy with that result.
Yeah, I've got a big smile on my face, and this is my little friend here, Tony. Tomcat Tony's my navigator. He started this event and he was 6'5". We've had that many big bangs. We're both about 2 inches short than when we started, but we've had a good team effort. Lofthouses have prepared the car since the hill rally last weekend, what the car won. So yeah, we're happy. I tell you, it's been a rough old event, and we feel that we've earned it. Yeah, we've kept a good pace all weekend, and we only really sort of pulled back on the very last run, but still a very competitive time compared to the rest of the field. We've won with about 3.5 minutes overall lead. It's pretty good. Now we're just looking forward to the next one, and we're looking forward to the rest of the guys. Neil Davey and Ben Duckworth, and hopefully a couple of the new cars should be out by then, and let's have a bit more competition. I mean, Andy Powell has done a sterling effort this weekend. He's really driven the old Lamborghini pretty hard, but and put some good times in. So there is competition here. We just want more of it.
Well, congratulations to you, Anthony.
Yep, thank you very much.
Is it off for an ice bath now, is it?
I can feel the taste of a gin and tonic somewhere along the way. So thank you.
No worries, go in and celebrate.
Thank you.
Okay, Andy, it's been a tough event. It's been a tough weekend for everybody, not only on the competitors but the vehicles themselves. And you finished second after it all. How are you feeling?
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Best result we've had this year. Yeah, very pleased. Very pleased.
It just goes to show you can't just drive it as fast as you can over this sort of stuff.
No, for sure. No. It's literally just keep moving, especially along the Somme. Then along there, it's not all about power. It's getting the power on the floor and just keep moving. So, yeah.
All right, well, congratulations.
Yeah, thanks very much.
Cheers, Andy. We'll see you at Forest Lodge.
You will do. Cheers.
Thank you. Okay, Mark, you've said time and time again that it's just getting over the line to score the points, and it's actually worked out very well for you this weekend. Due to Ryan's misfortune, you've came third.
Yeah, I know, pleased with the result, to be fair. We dropped down to fourth this morning. Ryan was giving it toes, and obviously we're not as fast as him. So, but no, it's a bit. We got third place and by an unfortunate way, but that's racing, I suppose. So no, we had a good day. We broke a shaft on the second run. We had a puncher on the third run, which slowed us down a bit. But no, the car went well. Course started to cut up towards the end. It was getting really bad down the bottom, but no, it was really, really good weekend. Really enjoyed it. Car went well. Simon did really well with the co-driving. So yeah. Really good, really enjoyed it.
Okay, well, congratulations.
Cheers, thanks guys, thank you.
Cheers, Mark.
Bye-bye.
What a dramatic end to the British Cross Country Championship here at Radnor Forest. Mike Moran, after all, took the win, followed by Andy Powell, and third place came Mark Jakes with a consistent run. Join us next time at Forest Lodge.